Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Greetings. Welcome to Land Your Plane podcast. You are on flight 35. I am here alongside with my flight attendants. Introduce yourself. Trying to squeeze dinner in.
Cool. Hi, this is LaShonda, ready for takeoff.
Put money bag extraordinaire. I put the money in the bag so extraordinaire, aka Gemini, aka let's get it, Nixon 5.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from your auntie and your uncle you ain't even know you had. And I'm boarding this plane. I took this plane because I'm on my way to go see the Nixon 5. You know what I'm saying? Nixon 5.
Shout out Nixon 5, man. Today, man. Appreciate y'all for showing up, popping out, pulling up. Today is about open relationships and open marriages. Does the open part work? Anybody can speak from experience, or what comes to mind when y'all hear open relationships or open marriage? LaShonda, you can take the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have a question. Are you talking about open just in general? You can do whatever you want? Are you talking about poly? Are you talking about combination of any of those, or?
It's really whatever terms you feel me, y'all agree with, because from what my little research is different than everybody, so it's whatever.
His researcher said he can get some extra scoochie. He ain't really look into it. You got all these terms. You got all these different terms.
He gonna find a way. He definitely gonna find a way.
Yeah, he don't know nothing. He like, what? There's different ways to do this.
I'm on that shit.
No, whatever your terms are, you can use any of the examples that you have.
Got you. I do think they can work. I think it takes a lot of work, a lot of communication, and a high level of maturity on everybody's part. But I definitely think it can work.
Okay, gentlemen,
I think, yeah, sums it up. That's what she said. That's what I agree with. If you could do it, do it. It helps out with all aspects, raising money. So if you got the mindset to do it, do it. What works for you? You feel me?
Respectfully, Dirk.
The first word that comes to my mind is honesty, because I feel like not to downplay the other type of living or whatever, but in my mind that is a little bit more. It seems like it's a little bit more lying or lack of honesty, because you can't tell a person how you really feel about other people, because if you do say that, then it's going to be an instant conflict. If you're in a straight monogamous relationship and you come home and you saying, or a closed relationship in general, and you come home and say, yeah, I thought Shorty had the baddie most of the time, that's not gonna fly. So it's gonna create, to me, some level of not 100% truthful in a sense, because you're not able to express yourself. And I think, to me, to some extent, that leads to some level of animosity. subconsciously, maybe even more than consciously. I think that when you're not able to be yourself, it makes it where I think that that's one thing that people don't realize in a relationship. When you have a person who wants to hang out with their friends more than they want to hang out with their partner, it's because they feel like they can be themselves more around their partners, their friends. I mean, their friends. You know what I mean? And if they have a partner who they feel like they can be their complete self around more, their ability to want to be around that person would probably be higher. It's because they get is like, oh, I'm just saying in general, if I go to the mall with Megan and Gemini, that'll probably be different than if I go to the mall with my girl. Whether I'm, just in general, like we might be checking girls out together. I mean, it ain't even about the idea of doing nothing, but if I see a fat ass or some nice or a pretty girl or whatever, and I'm looking, you might make a joke about me looking too hard, but you're not meaning it like any animosity or anger. Mm-hmm. You're just making a joke, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh damn, so you trying to pop that bubble? You know what I mean? It might just be looking. It might not be nothing even other than that. We might not be giving out our numbers, none of that stuff happening, but it's just looking. If I'm with her and I was doing that in that situation, there could be some level of, even if she did make a joke, it could be an underlying beef there. So I think that's the first word that comes to me. Hopefully some level of honesty and openness and ability to be who you actually are with a person, opposed to thinking I have to put on some type of mask to make this person happy. Because I think there's a thing where you can have a feeling for somebody, you can love somebody and love that person so much that you would love to be the person they want you to be. And that's why I think, people always feel like when you're not who somebody wants you to be is a lack of love. But I think the fact you even attempted to be that, even if you didn't completely do it, I think that shows some level of love or admiration. That I know I'm not this person, but I want to be with you so bad. I'm fucking Bruce Wayne and Batman now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is so that's what I think.
Is that uncomfortableness though? Like you're forcing yourself to be something you're not just to please.
I think that can lead to some levels of uncomfortableness. Like I said, that can create animosity or lack of wanting to be around a person as much as you can. That's what I think. Like I said before,
if you both agree on what it is you want, then you feel me? It is what it is, right?
Yeah, but that's why I said the first word that comes to my mind is honesty, because y'all both agreeing to what you want.
Right.
It's a whole thing, because you can say you want something and the person you're with can disagree with that. Now, do you want it bad enough to leave that person?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that. Do I want it?
Or do I and do I truly believe in it? Not to cut you off, but do I even truly believe in it enough to step all the way out? It might just be a fleeting thought. I might have a thought of something or an idea of something, but my belief in it might not be that cemented. It's almost like the Three Little Pigs. It's built with sticks and hay. You know what I mean? It ain't built with nothing solid. So I don't really have it in my brain about so how close would I be with it, or how far will I go with it? So it's like now I'm expected to jump all the way in the water. Because I already
you chose to do that. Yeah.
I gotta sink or swim. But then again, when I'm put with that idea of me sinking and swimming, the reality of life is that might be what causes me to show my halting on the idea of moving forward once the partner that I expressed that to didn't agree with it.
Mhm.
Once I said this to her and she didn't agree with it, all right, maybe I was kind of out the box. Maybe I was just tripping. You know what I'm saying? All right, you know what? All right. But that doesn't mean that I completely even agree with her idea of it either. It just means that I don't believe in it enough myself to say I'm willing to leave somebody I truly already care about
Mhm.
and really step out there and do this thing. So then, like,
Yeah, I
again,
got you.
that can lead to some idea of, all right, well, you said we can't do this here, but I don't have that same beef over here, so I'm trying to do this or whatever. So it's like, to me, that's the first word that comes to my head. It's honesty, and I was only kind of dragging it on a little bit long because I see Mega was up the screen, but I see he back, so I'm gonna land with that.
Appreciate you.
I like that.
Appreciate your comments. Thank you for sharing that. Sunny Moon, welcome.
Sonny, sister.
Walk
Welcome,
on.
cousins. How you guys doing
Today,
today?
today we talking about open relationships and open marriages. Today we focusing on does the open work? What's your thoughts when you hear that, or can you speak from experience?
When I was in my marriage, I wasn't really open. Um, so I would say it can and it can't work. It depends on. I mean, open marriage to me is like, what are you just having sex, or like that's what the open marriage is for? Is that what you're saying? Can you hear me?
I mean, majority of the time is it be that because
Uh,
intimacy usually in couples, it usually sparks go out, and then in order to try to fix it, they think that they need to have sometimes sex with other people, or just
I'd say it's 50-50. It can go really, really bad and then it could be successful. I'm gonna say 50-50. You know. And from my experience, again, I haven't been able to enter a poly life yet or have an open relationship. But that's something I'm very open to. When I was married, I wasn't confined in the action. So I'm gonna say, no, I didn't want it because I wasn't confined in it. Now that I'm older, I'm more open and resistant to it, and I think it could be something to replace different things. If sex is what's not working for your relationship, or you need more of, that can help in your relationship. Because honestly, there's a lot of people out here that said my side chick is the reason why I'm still married for 45 years. I'm gonna land.
respectfully. What comes to mind when I hear that? Any questions for Sonny? Anybody?
Why
Nah,
haven't you
she
been in?
got
Why
that.
haven't you? You said you're interested in it. What's been blocking you from getting involved?
Having an open relationship or
Yeah,
a
you said
poly.
you well either one. You said you're interested in it, but you haven't been able to knock it out to get involved. So what's stopping you?
Mhm.
Emotionally, intelligence for the other partner. If you're gonna go into an open relationship, you really got to find out why you're doing that and how that going to satisfy each other with this. If it's gonna be a poly relationship, adding someone to the plane again, it has to do with emotional intelligence. So when we're reaching out to try to find other people for us, we definitely want to make sure that the person we're grabbing also understands. Like a lot of people say yes, 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 but when they get into the situation, they start to drain the situation worse than what it could have been. Like, yes, it sounds great to have two women, one man. But for the men, do you know your place? As the women, do you know your place? Do you know what you need to be doing in your place and what you should be doing with them as well in our place? Like it's a lot that goes into poly relationships, but I'm gonna land.
Okay.
Respectful.
You want to get
What comes
educated?
to
I got you. Bring you back in.
Yeah.
that?
She said
What
she's here
comes
to educate. She's here to educate.
respectfully? Teach, preach. What comes to mind is LaShonda mentioned maturity. On the flip side, I would say is insecurity. Um, what else comes to mind? Reflection, because the entity that the couple is well, the entity that y'all become is a couple. So to add another, you feel me, partner outside of that, where the thing that we're trying to build, you see that you could add that potentially that could be built outside of me is the reflection part where you feel me. I think Sonny was touching on where make sure your primary um, relationship is the one that y'all focusing on, even though y'all experimenting with other people and stuff like that. So yeah, these are some of the words I guess I took notes on that come to mind when I hear. Me myself, I haven't been married, so relationship. I would say all relationships are open unless you don't have no label or title on it. You feel me? Let's move into first scenario. First scenario is a married couple agrees that a married couple agrees that what happens on a separate vacation stays on separate vacation. The husband sees it as a harmless fun. The wife says it's just freedom and honesty. We're gonna start with females. Female question is if your husband comes back happier, more energized, and talking about another woman all the time, would you honestly feel secure or would comparison start creeping in?
So I think that depends. Um, I have been in a poly relationship before. I have done open dating before. Um, it really depends on the parameters you set. Like for me personally, it's like I want to see the partner I'm with enjoy themselves and I want them to be happy and I want them to receive as much love as they can. So if they're excited about the partner they're with, that's okay with me. Most people won't because it does feel like I think if you're new to it or whatever, you may feel like, oh, do they love that person more than they love me? Are they losing love for me and they love that other person more? Or do they care about that other person more than they care about me? So I think that you have to be really clear as to where you stand, what your motivation is. If you're taking these two separate vacations and you really want your spouse to enjoy themselves, what does that really mean for you? Do you really want them to enjoy themselves or you just want them to have a little bit of fun? Because sometimes, people will say, "Oh yeah, go enjoy yourselves, have a good time," but they don't really fully mean that. They mean just have
Yeah,
a little bit of fun, but have more fun with me. You know what I mean? They don't really, really mean what they're saying. So you got to be honest. It's kind of like what you said. You got to be honest. Is what are you really after? I think it takes a lot to deal with like what you were talking about the insecurity. It takes a lot. You got to know yourself, and it takes a lot of self mastery because you got to look at why am I feeling insecure? If that's what you signed up for, because we're talking about people who know what they're doing. If you signed up for you're going to go do your own thing and they're going to do their own thing, you got to be okay because love shouldn't be so conditional, right? What happens
right.
is you get triggered and insecurity comes up. That's not really love. That's your issues coming up that you need to deal with. So I think for me personally, I would be okay with it because I want to see my partner happy and I want to see my partner receive as much love as they can. And if they came back and they were all excited about somebody else and they're talking about how they enjoyed themselves and how that person really cared for them and treated them, me personally, I would be happy. I know a lot of people wouldn't because they would just trigger everything inside of them and they would feel inadequate. But in a poly relationship, it's not an either or. That's thinking like, a closed relationship. A closed relationship says either me or that person. In a poly relationship, it's more. So it's like just because you're having fun over there doesn't mean we don't have fun. We're very different people. So for me, it would be okay. But I know most people, I have friends that they don't even understand poly. They are not even dealing with that. They're like, oh no, I need it all to myself. That's it. They don't want to hear anything about it. So I really think you have to know where you are. I land with that.
Respectfully.
Go ahead, Sonny. But I got a question for both of y'all. Go ahead. Don't let me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it and don't let me forget it. So can a person outside the marriage strengthen? Can an outside person strengthen the marriage? Basically,
Yeah, as I said before, they can. They can help the other person or yourself, get into different mental establish maybe you're not getting from your partner, or your partner has no ability or have no idea how to get there on their own. But to touch a little bit on Shauna, what she was saying is like, honestly, you do need to have a boundary, because if I'm feeling like, oh yeah, we're in an open relationship and you're gonna go out of town and have your fun, and when you come back and that's all I'm hearing about, I don't want to hear that, to be honest, because you're not with. It's not an us thing. So I don't really want to hear that shit. Like, I'm happy she made you excited. You want to do a new, like, move in the bed, or you want to go try this new food. That's cool. Like, we could do things that you have learned and, have satisfied your need for. You can have me do those things with you or show me those things. But to keep bringing this person up, I feel like, no, I'm very jealous. Like, I wanted to, why, I'm not there like that. You know what I mean? I'm still enjoying that time that you had with that person. We're still experiencing it, but you're not going to keep bringing that person up. Like, leave that person out of it. Your objective was to go out there and get a little bit happier and bringing it back, right? So do that.
But would you accept you're the main course. You started this, right? For the ladies. You started this. You okayed it for your man to go and grab one and bring him back home, right? Would you be okay with if he went on vacation 3 times and left you home?
Personally, I would. But I'm a different breed, so let me say that too. I like my alone time. So for me, it's kind of okay. Like, we set the parameters. Like, if you're just always going because you're unhappy here, then we need to fix what's unhappy here. If you're going because we've agreed to it and you want to go and hang out, that's fine. Like, when I did poly, we had rules, right? So I went out once a week and did my thing, and sometimes I spent the weekend or spent the night or whatever the case is, and then I came back. So I feel like you have to set the parameters that you're comfortable with, and I do feel the other person can strengthen the relationship. You know, I think it's what you're trying to create. If you're just trying to create a side chick, that's different than poly, right? That's just an open relationship. That's very different. That's just somebody you just having fun with and you kicking it with and doing whatever. But when you're building a poly relationship, at least for me, it was another relationship. So it was all in. It was more family oriented. That person was included in the family. It was a whole thing for me, because I just believe people I vibe with, we all have to vibe together. We have to have the same values if I'm kicking it with you. I don't really kick it with people I don't have the same values with or whatever. I did when I was younger, for sure, because that was just for fun and play. But as I've gotten older, you have to kind of check the boxes in order to kind of be included in my inner world. And I'll end with that.
respectful. Sonny?
What about you, Sonny? Is she on?
I'm sorry, say it again. What was the question?
Question was, if you okayed the relationship and he took the other partner out 3 vacations, would you have a problem with it?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. No, because I guess that's what's part of the open relationship. I mean, it's going to be part of the open relationship is you're allowing the person to go out with that person, and whatever they're going to design to do before they have sex, that's what they're going to do. So even if it's a vacation, I don't think it matters. I could see if I wasn't going on no vacations and I wasn't invited to nothing, then yeah, it would be a major problem. But if that's what's going on, no, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a waste of money, yeah, but it's not,
You're feeling some sort of way.
Um,
You're the main course. You feel me? Like y'all ladies are the main course. You said okay to it. Now all
it's
of
an
a
open
sudden,
relationship.
3 trips. What
Okay,
is going
well,
on here?
you gotta get busy yourself though. That's one thing about an open relationship. You gotta respect the process. If this person wants to have three times out of the country, then you need to find yourself 3 times out of the country. Feel me? Like you need to respect the process. You got to worry about your happiness at the same time. That's why we're doing this. What's the point of the open relationship if we're still going to be miserable? Right? And I see that a lot. We're like, oh yeah, the woman gives the man an open relationship, but she doesn't really want it. It's just the man can't stop cheating. That's what our world is today, right? So like she's so angry because she's at the house and they're over here doing whatever they want to do because she doesn't want to give up her vagina to nobody else, but he can't wait to have sex with another person. I understand what you're saying, Gemini, because that's what a lot is going on here in the United States. But in the traditional open relationship, that's what you're supposed to be doing. If I'm going on 2 trips, you going on 2 trips. If that's what I decide, but that's what the objective is. We're supposed to be finding some type of peace at the same time. So when we connect, it's even greater. That's the whole point of the open relationship. I like.
Respectful. That's what I was trying to do to, but yeah, that's definitely 100. You already opened up for this, so there's stages to this shit. Especially if the other parties knew or okayed the relationship, then you know you gotta stand strong. Doing this for us, and it's all benefits. You feel me? It's definitely all benefit. But I land with that.
Is anybody reading the comments? I can't see them though.
My bad. I can't get to them like I
I
want.
can't get to the comment.
I could be doing it. Hold on, I'll be helping out with it. I'll be putting it up there. Yeah, I'm playing the. I was playing the.
I appreciate you while Dirk get to them comments. I appreciate you in the comment section too, man. Yeah, these questions pertain to you too. You know, answer. You at home, you watching now, you watching that later. Question to the gentleman is: if your wife forms a deeper emotional connection with a man during one of these trips, is that still just fun, or did the marriage change? Or did the marriage change the moment the feelings got involved? Just for the gentleman.
It's over. It's over. Nothing to talk about. See that? See that? And this is definitely different because y'all questions was, y'all answers was, okay, respectfully, boom, boom, boom. Men are territorial. You for me, sex wise, you're doing something, but we always gonna think you're doing something different to, you know what I mean? Like it fucks with our mental. Nah, we don't like that shit. And we bring it to the table, and if you okayed it, you feel me, then it's off to the races. I'm gonna put all in you, but you said I can bring one on board. Yeah. We want same shit. We want the same shit. So if that happens, nah, I didn't okay it. I wasn't a part of it. I definitely don't like it. Absolutely not. It says something about me if there's 2 men and a girl. No. I land.
Can I hear the question fully again before I give my answer? My apologies.
Question is: if
Everybody's frozen.
If your wife forms a deeper emotional connection with another man during one of these trips, is that still just fun, or did the marriage change the moment feelings got involved?
For me personally, I wouldn't be. That's not something I would be cool with. I feel like when you think about a woman with another woman and a woman with another man, I think the biggest, or a man with another woman is, I think the biggest difference is a lot of these girls are bisexual. A lot of women are bisexual. They're into women too. I'm not talking. I didn't say every girl. Before you shake your head and start. I didn't say every girl. I'm saying a lot of these girls in this situation are bisexual. So in my mind, I think that's the complete difference of approaching it, because I don't like dudes. I'm not into it. I know y'all was making fun of me having my nails painted yesterday, saying that means I'm not into that. I'm not into that. Okay, so the idea of her, giving somebody else top or bottom or whatever, that to me is not going to be conducive with what turns me on. And to me, yeah, I'm not going to be, that's not going to, nah, I'm not, I can't, I'm not, I get it. I get that it should maybe go
It's
both
not gonna
ways,
happen.
but unless she getting paid to be with somebody else, another man, I don't want her to be doing it. It's not, I can't work. I can't see her just sleeping with a guy for free. You know what I mean? To me, if she was getting paid for it and then emotions got involved while she was getting paid, then she already messing up anyway. And that's a whole nother conversation. But I can't see myself. Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not into that. It does. You gotta. To me, it's not. I'm not gonna be turned on hearing that when you come home, hearing about it or even knowing about it. That's not gonna turn me on. It's gonna turn me opposite way. That you're doing that, and that's why is somebody for everybody. I'm sure it's a dude who's into that, who wants you to go get piped down or whatever, and then he's gonna be worrying about whether or not you connect emotions or not. But for me personally, nah, I'm not. If you going over there with another dude, yeah, it better be worth it, because
and then it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like the scene that I'm a pimp now, because if you if you bring in, no, I'm just saying in general for the situation. If it was like nigga all about the money, then you become the pimp hand strong.
Oh nah, I'm not a pimp. I'm more like a Mac in general, but
the pimp hand strong.
I just was raised wrong. I'm from a bad neighborhood or whatever. You know what I mean? I was raised wrong, and
no, not that way. I have it that way. It just doesn't. It doesn't.
I would say.
Told you our answers are different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
All right. Question was, if your wife forms a deeper connection, does that change? Does that change since feelings got involved? Everybody knows this, and this could be for the males at home too, watching, or you watching later too. Answer in the comments. We all know hall pass. Everybody's heard that term, correct? Everybody heard it?
Seen the movie.
All right. Now, boom.
Yeah, right. I know what that is.
I'm not. The thing I don't agree with is you say feelings got involved, so I'm not giving out a season pass. You feel me? This is not going to be a current thing. And if you go on a vacation and the only souvenir you bring back is feelings, feeling connections for somebody else is wicked work. You feel me? If we supposed to be working on us, if we haven't agreed for that to happen, and that's what transpires, then like you said, this is not an open marriage. This is just, us getting our rocks off, us doing our thing. My question for everybody is,
can I say something real quick? My bad. It just made me think about something.
I get my words together so I can say something.
and I know this might sound awkward or whatever. Y'all can make fun of me or whatever. But I think a good amount of women have sex with emotion connected to it, right? I'm not gonna say every woman does. And if I was talking to a chick who told me that all her sex had no emotions, I'd be kind of looking at her funny, like it's not making you emotional. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it would be weird, because I'm like, what kind of girl am I with that she just out here just having sex for fun? What girl did I start a relationship with that she don't get emotional during? Like, what made you get emotional with me? I might start questioning, like, what's going on? So yeah, that to me is an awkward setup, because I think that's a normal thing. yeah, she had emotional. Yeah, that's normal. She had some emotions. So it's like I let her go ahead. Now she have those emotions. She's being. It's like when you get bit by a snake or whatever, or like a tiger scratches you. It's like you let that person, you let that tiger with a nail come pet on. You know, you're doing what you're doing. So that's why she shouldn't be out there doing that because she can get emotions. I think that's what makes the man different is that it could just be a thing of just fun. It's just a higher level of just self-pleasing, but not having to please yourself. You just let somebody else do the work. When it won't be no possibly emotional connection. That's when it's less of a chance with it when it was a guy. When it's a girl, I mean, you got women up here now. I don't want to be in their business, but I would pose that question. How many people that you have slept with that you didn't have no emotional connection to? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people is that? So I think it's less.
Here go a better way to form that question.
My
How
bad.
do you separate intimacy from attachment? Or can you? Is it possible?
For who? For who though? No, for who? The man or the female?
That's everybody on the panel. I asked everybody, but you answer.
How do you separate
intimacy from attachment?
Now I'm gonna let the women. I'm gonna let the women do that.
Can you separate intimacy from attachment?
You can definitely separate. You can definitely separate sex from, intimacy from attachment, right? Because a lot of people are not attached sexually to people. They're attached mentally. It's like, how do you say it? Starts with an S. Sapophobic.
Sapiosexual.
There you go, babe. So you can have sex, and I'm pretty sure they're limiting their sex anyway. But if they are having sex just to please their body, that's common actually with men and women here in 2026, where they are out here pretending to have emotions, but they don't have none. They just want that rush, that feeling with each other's body. So yes, I think you can, because they have it going on right now, a lot of it. Right? You're pretending that you love somebody, you're pretending that you like this person's character, but really you're just coming over because they have good sex or they're available. Sex is not even that good. They just want to get a nut. And I wanted to tab on just a little bit about the women being more into being gay. That's not true. I feel like women are pretending. There are a lot of pretending going on, just like Venus said in the comments, because nobody's reading it, that definitely it's a trend. Right? It's a definite trend where I'll kiss this girl in the club, or maybe I'll let her eat me out. Right? These are just pretenders. They're not gay. They're not bisexual. These are pretenders. We do not like you, and I'm gonna say that out loud. I personally don't like you. Anyway,
you say that's a trend?
Trend to be like, yeah, to play gay. That's a trend. Yes.
What?
It is a trend. Yes. Like, oh, I'll kiss my friend when I get drunk, or maybe I'll let my friend eat me out if I'm too drunk. They're not really gay. You feel me? And yes, and that's why I said, yes, Venus, it is. It's a trend that's going on. They're not really gay. It's a lot of those things around here too. They're pretenders. They get into a relationship with men and say, yeah, I like women sometimes. And you think in your head, sometimes, meaning she probably had an intimacy with a woman for a period of time, or had intimacy with a woman, and it's really not. And when you find out that this woman is really not gay, she's a pretender.
She's pretending to be gay.
Yes, I promise you.
Wow. Wow.
That's extreme.
That's too much. I think so my answer to if you're pretending out there, let me be
frank with them, be real.
Yeah, you ain't grown. Let me just say that. You ain't grown. So that's just bottom line. That's some kiddie stuff. Real talk. Like, that's some kid stuff. I don't even understand that. But and you're doing something to follow a trend like you want to fit in high school. That's really what that is. That's not maturity. That's not being yourself. That's none of that. So you shouldn't even be in any kind of open nothing, no kind of poly relationship because you're just not mature enough to even be who you are. So you're gonna probably cause drama in a relationship, period. Because you faking it. So anybody who's out there faking it, even male or female for that matter, if you're out there faking it, yeah, you just gonna cause drama anyway. So
But I just want to say one
that's
thing.
nonsense.
Imagine if a dude said that I was sucking dick, but I was just following the trend.
Yeah, right. That would have a whole other connotation, right? People would not. Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. It
What?
would be viewed very
What does that
differently.
mean?
Right.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
trend? What trend did I miss? I didn't know that
Right.
was a trend.
How lost are you that you're gonna follow a trend to be something that? I mean, that's crazy in itself. Like that was very crazy. Oh, what was the question even before that? I'm sorry, I got lost in
Yeah.
that.
My bad. I just had to say that.
No, no,
I was
it's okay.
like following a trend. Like, what are you? I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it to death. I get it. But it's like, I just want to say this real quick too, not to cut you off. My bad. I just want to say this.
Yeah.
If you're telling me you're into girls, and that's what you told me, you're into girls, right? And now I'm trying to have whatever going on with you, and you're not doing that. You fake set us up for failure. You set us up to fail by following the trend or whatever you're doing because you told me this.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a conversation, we're getting to know each other, and you're telling me stuff that you're not willing to stand on. It's like, what? And then when I'm expecting that from you, I'm wrong for expecting it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's a setup for failure. That's a total setup for failure. Oh, I got it. It was attachment versus
How do you separate intimacy from attachment?
so I think there's a big difference. I think there's a big difference. Yeah, I've had sex with people, and there was no intimacy and there was a sexual act, yes, but there wasn't necessarily intimacy. And there also wasn't attachment afterwards. So I think that it depends on where you really are. Women tend to get attached sexually without a shadow of a doubt, but it's probably because they've had conversation and dealings with somebody else before they even got into the bed. Because they got to know. Women don't tend to just, oh, I see you across the room and let's jump in bed. They've had conversation with you, they've kind of dealt with you, they're having they've talked to you, maybe they've seen you a couple of times, you've had some conversation. And so the attachment already starts to form for them before they even get in the bed with you. Because there's something there for that particular woman. But I absolutely think that you can totally
Yeah, but
separate
then
it.
ain't
Go ahead.
you married?
Huh?
I'm saying, don't you got another? That's what I'm saying. It's faster for y'all.
It is because the way
We
we
want to
build
just get it
attraction.
off and go back 4 times. Yeah, y'all go back 3 or 4 times, and now it's our fault that y'all did it. It's our fault. No, if you want to get me back,
Yeah, it's not your
do it to
fault.
me. You're right. I don't like the feeling. This is what it feels like. I got you.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you now changed my life, nigga. I'm not gonna cheat on you because I don't like the way it is. But we can have that discussion, but not the ladies on the panel.
Mhm.
Y'all go back. Y'all go back because it's the feeling there. He
Mhm.
he tweaked something different. The stroke hit that point. He kissed me on my neck. He did, and I don't get this at home. So now that's the difference. I don't get it
Uh,
at home. And
yeah,
all you
but
gotta do is educate the man at home.
I really honestly think that a woman is not gonna leave a guy because of sex totally. Like a grown woman's not going to leave a guy because of sex, right? Just because the sex somewhere else is better, I got to separate children from grown people, because some of the stuff, some of that behavior is children behavior. Because children always look for grass is green on the other side, because they don't understand relationship dynamics, and they don't understand that that's not really how
Respectfully.
it works. So I think there's children out there who will be like, oh yeah, he puts it down better than this one, so I'm gonna go after him. That's a children thing. That's what children do. um a grown person ain't gonna do that, because they understand dynamics. And most women do not operate and are not first motivated by sex. We're motivated by our emotions, and emotions move us more than sex. I don't care if you had the most best orgasm, whatever the case is. Trust and believe we are motivated by something else, because something else led us to the bedroom. It was your conversation. It was the way you treated us. It's what
Money?
you did
Was it?
before
Is
that.
it money?
No, it's not money.
Is it money?
No, because people who go after people
Conversation?
for it's conversation. Because if you go after somebody for money, that's a low self-esteem issue, and that's a worthiness issue. That ain't even you being really you, and all of you just got low self-esteem.
Well,
You like a cheap hoe,
most of our
realistically.
women, respectfully, most of our women do that for money.
But they're they're
Let's be
they're like
honest. They mostly
they're
do
cheap
that for
hoes
money.
though. You got to understand that if you have low self-esteem, you're being a cheap hoe. Real talk, right? And I say that because if you go call an escort, they're gonna ask for a high price. But to get your nails done, get your hair done, get your rent paid, that's very small compared to what you're giving up. So that's why I call it a cheap hoe, right? Because you're worth so much more than that. And you don't even see your value. So you think, hey, I'm getting over, hey, I got this done, I got that done. You don't even understand how poor you sound and how low your self-esteem is, that you would sell yourself, your most precious, unique gift, for something that small. So you don't even see the value in what you have. That's real key. Is like those people don't see the value in what they have. So there's no real worthiness. Like I don't even put myself in the same situation or energy as them, because those aren't mature real women. Just because you have the age doesn't mean you have the maturity, and nor do I give you the title of a woman. You just happen to be a female of that age, because there is a difference. They don't have wisdom. They don't have maturity. They don't have self-esteem. And so they act and they cause all that's what I was talking about earlier. They cause all this drama because you
I
chasing
heard that.
somebody for
I
money.
heard
Come on.
that women's panani is the table. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Women's panani is the table.
Mhm,
Fuck how it was built by men.
mhm,
They're the table.
mhm.
And that's weird.
It's sacred. It's a life-giving space. If you want to look at it from a spiritual perspective, it's a life-giving space. So when you taint that life-giving space, you are tainting so much more. When you have sex with someone else, you carry that energy as a woman for the rest of your life, unless you do a cutting cords ceremony. But you are carrying that person with you forever. Men don't, because they're entering, they're not receiving. So as women, we receive. So you are receiving all of that energy and you carrying that forever. And you giving that up for what? 1 month's rent? Come on now. I'll land with that.
I like the combo. That was real. I land though.
Love and light to the comment section. Thank you, V, for out there. Appreciate you. I can't see too well, so I can't read it, but love and light to you. Thank you. Let's get to the second scenario. Lashana mentioned children, even though she was, pertaining to as far as not the actual children, but your characteristic and what you acting like. The second one is a couple with children practices an open marriage. Their kids eventually discover that mom and dad date other people. We start with the males first. Question is, are fathers underestimating how confusing this can be for children who are trying to understand commitment and family?
Overstanding completely. Because the nurturer is the mother. You're the structure. She makes the rules, you enforce the rules. So they're gonna be more hard on the kids are gonna be more hard on you than the mother. It's only till they get to that age where the mother's wrong too. Now the child, both of y'all are wrong. But male look for the men to treat their mother so he can grow up that way. So now he can be 15, 16 and find out. I don't know if that's traumatizing to him, but he ain't gonna respect the father. In that aspect, mother could do no wrong. It's the male, right? So it's more of disappointment. Yeah, nigga, you ain't shit. It it's always that. The son, I don't know too much about the daughters. I know there's daughters, you know what I mean, daughters and fathers. I know about that type shit. Real shit. I do know about that. But it's the nurturing of the mother, women, non-women. We can only teach them our daughters so much. The rules and regulations of life. Here's the loving part. Here's the rules and regulations. They're gonna go for the mother regardless. But the sons is definitely gonna let down mode. Like, damn, I thought that was the nigga. He got friends. My pops don't do that. Damn, your pops walking out on your mother? That's crazy. My pops ain't doing that. Now all of a sudden he found out that he's doing it. And that's a man, a young man. It ain't gonna the scenario changed between the relationship between the father and the son. I land with that though.
Respectful. Dirk.
I feel like in general that every time me and my girl fuck, I don't go and tell my son. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how a sexual relationship should involve kids at all. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see me in the Epstein files. So for the most part, a kid to me only knows that we have another friend. That's what they know. Unless, it's to me, it should be some level of it ain't gotta, we don't have to be triple kissing in front of the kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not even.
I apologize, no, real quick. I so apologize. So that means it's okay to introduce your son to the next person to make y'all relationship better, or
I'm saying,
daughter.
like I said again, they just meeting another person. They don't need to know the actual dynamic of what that person is to us or not to us. They don't need to know about that. They just know they might, to me, if you have a person that you're adding to your relationship, hopefully that person would be a person who might get babysit for you. Me and his mom might be going out for the night and she babysitting him or my daughter or her. So she's babysitting now. So yeah, he met the babysitter, but he don't need to know that once we come home, she coming to the room with us. He don't need to know that.
Let me do something real quick. My mother's she likes women, right?
Okay.
So I accepted that shit 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. You feel me?
Okay.
That's what the fuck, and I learned that shit. You feel me? It's like, okay, so right. I had 4 to 5 different stepmoms, bro.
Okay.
And each one of them had their own personality and teaching me what they like. You feel me? Like, so I'm still wired to know that like, all right, okay, it's a whole different world. 2 women. I'm 9 years old. Oh shit! What the fuck? This is new. Then I started just accepting this shit. Like, You
Okay.
feel me? I was taught that by no communication. I
Okay.
had no communication with my mom. It was just there. You feel me? So this right here is different because to this day my mom was like with me.
Okay.
I accepted that shit. It didn't change. It didn't change me as a man. It just the perception of me having to deal with something like that at a young age.
Okay.
I apologize.
See,
I just want to shoot that in there.
that's a relationship base. So of course you have to deal with that because that partner is going to be present in your life, however your mom allowed them. But being in an open relationship, this is supposed to be a person that's supposed to be making me happy when I leave the house. So I'm not really sure how the child will be interacting with the open relation person because you're just here for me to get sex with her. You're just here to put a smile on my face. So I'm not sure how the child will be connecting with that.
Because
Well, the way
you
not to
gotta
cut you
get
off, Jim.
approached.
Now,
You gotta get
let me say it.
approached to it.
No, you
You're
don't. You're a
approached to it.
child. Let me just say, when I said the thing about the babysitting thing, I was saying a whole different type of dynamic too at the same time. But I was just saying that I just want to make sure I'm stated. I do agree. To me, the kids' information on it is not going to be. We don't have to have a full diagnostic and explanation of what's happened between adults. I'm not here to judge your mother, Gemini, or say she's a good mother or a bad mother. That's
She's
not
a great
my
mother.
choice.
She's a great
No,
mother. She did what she had to do.
and
She's a great mother.
whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? However, what I'm saying is that I don't agree with that part of her idea of raising or not raising. I don't agree with that. I don't think kids should know everything about everything. Even if a person was heterosexual and it was a female, I don't think they should be bringing every dude they date around or they get it. To me, it should be a higher level of whether or not to bring somebody around and not the kids. To me, especially when they're old enough to remember the person. That's just my opinion, and I'm not saying my opinion is right or wrong. But like I said, even if she was heterosexual and you said you had 4 stepdads, I would feel like, damn, that's too many damn stepdads. In my mind, not judging anybody, but in my mind, you shouldn't. No, if you're calling somebody your to me, you should only have one stepdad and one stepmother, in my opinion. Even if they break up, if that's your stepdad, they should still be there for you. Even if that's your stepmother, they should still be there for you. There shouldn't the breakup because the breakup shouldn't mean, oh, I'm not your dad no more. I'm not your mother no more. That's because if I stepped up to that box of being that, you shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. There must be some reason why you needed me to be your stepdad. There must be some reason why you needed to have this person as a stepmother. It just can't be because they're fucking your parent. That just can't be the reason. Because they could just be somebody fucking your parent. They don't need to put that title. I never forget it. I remember I met this girl for Plenty of Fish. I always tell the story because it's funny to me. I met this girl for Plenty of Fish. I went over her crib. This may be my first time I went over there. Her son wasn't even there. He was getting babysit by an auntie or something. So the first time I went over there was like with her son there. I went over there. He was asleep, and I went in there with some McDonald's, and I was eating the McDonald's, but I was smoking back then too. At this time, I don't smoke no more. Y'all know that. I have 5 years in 4 days. I have 5 years no smoking or drinking. But thank you. 4 years, 4 days, right? In 5 years and 4 days. I can't believe it.
Congratulations,
but
brother.
No, thank you, blessings. However, at that time I was smoking and drinking. So, and I was only going over to fuck anyway. I don't even know why I picked the McDonald's up. I ain't get her none either. I had my own McDonald's. So I took a couple of bites out of it and I started smoking. And I said, I put it in the refrigerator like I was going to eat it, but I wasn't even going to eat it. I don't know what I was thinking. But I put it in the refrigerator. Or maybe she did. I forgot to put it in the refrigerator. But the next morning after we fucked or whatever, she had said to me, hey, can I give my son the McDonald's? I said, sure, you can give him the I don't care about that McDonald's or whatever. I don't care about it. Give him the McDonald's. Thank you, bless. I call it clean, but no problem. Don't worry about it. Sober is for alcoholics, clean is for Narcotics Anonymous. That's what I'm a member of. That's a difference. But yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, she said she gave him the McDonald's. She gave him the McDonald's, and I don't even remember. I seen the kid that day, and I left because this wasn't a hangout. This wasn't my hangout with. I seen him. He ate the McDonald's. I left. Next time I came over there and spent the night, he would sleep again. I never came over there to see that damn kid in my life. I only was going over to see her. The next morning, I wake up there, and she says to that kid, she says to him, "Go ask your dad what he wants for breakfast." Right? I'm not even lying. This is real. This is real shit. She said, "Go ask your dad what he wants for breakfast." I'm in the bedroom naked. Right? I'm nervous. Like I'm thinking it's a nigga outside the room.
That's like a movie skit.
With the girl. I'm thinking it's a nigga out there. Like, nah, it's all love. It's all love. I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking like, is a nigga
Go
outside?
ask your dad.
Like, yeah, she said, go ask your dad what he wants for breakfast.
I can't afford
I'm in the room. I'm like, yo, I gotta get dressed. So I put like, I'm trying to get dressed, but then he come through the door, or he knocks on the door. So I jump into the cover. He like, Dad, what do you want for breakfast? I'm like, what I want for breakfast? He was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know. I'm not even really that hungry. I gotta smoke first or whatever. You know what I mean?
You married now, nigga.
I don't even know what to say to this kid, right? I'm so confused. So then,
you married now.
Right? You know what I mean?
Nigga
So
said,
like,
go ask your dad. Whoa.
She did.
Yo,
That wasn't
chill,
it was
bro.
Yeah, but
I know what it is. They still niggas.
Yeah.
Lady niggas.
I call them bitches.
Lady niggas.
I don't call them niggas. But either way, I guess bitches is just it's even they all disrespectful, right?
That's disrespectful. I call them lady niggas. You call them bees.
Well,
That's
to me,
crazy.
I call look, if you have a male body part, I call you a nigga. If you have a female body part, I call you a bitch. I'm more disrespectful if I call you miss and all of that, because that means I don't know you. It's less of a respect thing. I don't mean bitch as disrespectful, like, oh, you bitch, you dirty person. I just was raised on hip hop. It's like, all right, that's my bitch, that's my nigga. Like, I don't think about it like, oh, I'm being if I'm saying miss, like even when I'm mad, that's what I would more likely say probably if I was mad at you. Like, all right, miss. Yes, ma'am. That's more my thing of than even saying you bitch when I'm mad. It's just if I'm calling somebody my bitch out loud to them, I'm probably because I'm cool with them and I'm like, all right, come on, bitch, let's get out of here. That's my people's. It's not even no conflict. It's not nothing. And I wouldn't even use it if they was offended, but I'm just saying, yeah, she did that. And again, I guess that kid is probably raised now. That was so many years ago. That was over 13 years ago, probably. That kid is probably saying, damn, he probably counted me as one of his stepdaddies. I did not agree to that. I didn't sign up for that. You know what I'm saying? I never even wanted to meet that kid. I was not trying to meet him. I was purposely coming over at night, late at night, always at night, like never during the day. And she still, that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that type of parenting. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is like, I don't think people should be introduced. I don't think kids to me are kids. Let them be kids. They don't need to know every ins and outs of whether it's an open or a closed relationship or whatever you got going on, monogamy, polygamy, whatever. I don't think kids should be involved. I don't believe in arguing in front of kids, even if it's just between you and I don't believe in that. Kids are supposed to stay out the middle because here's the
thing. Here's the thing, Mo. We don't live that type of lifestyle anymore. When we get mad, we stay, and we're not supposed to. But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to hide anything from your child.
You're pretty sure that?
What you do.
Yo, you don't
I'm
sound like a
pretty
beach
sure
to me.
that's the nature of things. No. Listen, no. I'm saying the nature of things. I'm pretty sure because we're all parents that you shouldn't hide. It's a way to tell them, but you shouldn't hide anything from them because when they find out, it could be fucked up in their mental, and that destroys the relationship, how they look at you, what they think about you. So children are very they see what you don't see. They hear what you don't think they heard. Right? So be upfront and be 100 with them. Because if it's gonna destroy their mental if they found out. And if they find out by their
First of all, let me say one thing, my bad. That's if they find out. Second of all, you're a kid. I'm keeping you in a kid's place. You don't, because again, if
look at
a
us
kid
now.
hears,
Look at us.
wait,
Look at
let me
us
say one
now.
thing.
Look at us now, who our parents hid something from us. Look at us now.
I don't care about stuff my mother hid from me. She was my mother. She had to do what she had to do. I'm saying this to you right here. You're a kid. If a kid is in between a mother and a dad arguing or any relationship arguing, the kid is going to pick a side. That's the reality of life. You're putting the kid in something where they're naturally going to pick a side. And believe it or not, I'm not going to say they picked the worst parent, but they picked the most gentle parent, the one they relate with already, the one they find who is the most nice.
They're not gonna pick a side. They're gonna overstand the relationship that their parents are having.
What?
They're not picking a side.
They're a kid. That's all they know to do is pick sides. That's all they know how to do.
I agree with
that.
What
mature kids you have? Where you got these damn mature kids at? Please, I'll babysit.
You said hiding something from them won't damage their mental. So if you tell them the truth up front, it won't.
Hiding something if they don't.
Have you, Jimmy? Have you heard like my mom used to always say like, you know, Mama, you don't know Elizabeth. Like, and I tell my kids the same thing. You know, Mama, you don't know Danica. You feel me? Like, you don't know that
Danica.
if you touch something crazy, you knock this person on the top of their head. Like,
I don't know her
Sunny
either.
Moon. You don't. You know Sunny Moon. You don't know Mom.
Hold on, Sonny.
Mom talks in public. Mom has respect, even though she's being disrespected. But when the kids are not there, Sunny Moon gets to act like Sunny Moon. Feel me? That's the difference. Like when you say hide, it's like you're not hiding yourself from them. You're showing them the potential. You're the teacher. You're never gonna stop being that, right? So even when the teacher's wrong, they do erase
that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying what happens when the kids find out. That's all I'm saying. It ruins the relationship of mother and father, or mother, not mother and father. Kid,
you're right.
Mother or father. Right. It ruins that because you have a chance to. Their brain is fresh. So if you have a kid and you're doing a threesome or your poly, you have to let that kid know what's going on because their friends don't have this in your home. Their home. It's mother and father rules, regulations, and how they treat their kids. Now, if you're a cheater and guess what you're doing to your kid, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying be straight up to them because look what happened to us. We wasn't straight up. We had to figure shit the fuck out. Why is this going on? It's not going on at Frank's house or Johnny's house or Peter's house. It's not going. What's going on in here and going on over there? That's what I'm saying. You tell. You can word it any which way you want, but you gotta tell them because when they find out, it will ruin the relationship. That's what I'm saying. I got you, Mo. I got my sisters. I'm just saying it's gonna ruin the relationship. Be light, but tell the truth. Because what do you do to your kids? Tell the truth. Did you spill that? And the kid look at you crazy, but you know the kid did it. You don't want that we grew up on. We always can't wait to have kids because I'm not going to do what our parents did to us. That's what I'm saying. I land.
Respectfully. Like, share, subscribe, sub if you follow this long. I agree with Dirt on the last part. Let kids be kids, because we just touched on the show. Shout out to HSA tomorrow. Be here. Beat us there. Don't meet us there at 8. That dude got fingernails or painted nails on the cover. And the thing is, where I really want to get at is let kids be kids. When they get up and become adults and they want to identify whatever they want to identify as, that's when they can do so. But for the most part, boys are boys, girls are girls. There's a boy bathroom, there's a girl's bathroom. Let them do that. Let them explore that. Let them explore childhood before they get to adulthood and start making, the real serious choices. Because in that situation, there's fear. They feel displaced. Because of me being adopted, I felt at a time I could identify with abandonment. So I try not to bring that into a relationship with if we're going through differences and stuff like that. Solution, you dig? So I would know jealousy, because how my parents is not together, and how this one rocks with that one, how that one how my mother rocks with him. You feel me? Is diabolical for a kid to try to process all that and move through and try to navigate and find his way when he's just a child. There's other thing. There's, like you said, dynamics. However, a good way is if parents is showing actual. They're doing the thing what LaShonda said. You feel me? They're mature, and they're actually moving towards something that everybody's on board with it. And you feel me? They want to achieve it. Feel me? Move it as a family, a unit, showing commitment. You feel me? That's what can be showed to the child as far as at the highest. You feel me? Showing him how to stick to something and follow it through. So I agree with.
So my mother, this is just a little side note. My mother's wrong for telling me the truth of who she was fresh before I became a teenager. I know how to deal with it. I know how to handle it. So because we're kids, so guess what? The kids know something's going on. Your friends know something's going on, and then there's the jokes of the kids. You feel me? If I was not told what she was, then that would hurt my feelings. I would fight all the time, right? Like, my mother ain't this, my mother ain't that. But once I knew what she was and she gave it to me 100%, all the jokes that my friends made about my mother, guess what? I didn't give a fuck. You feel me? I just want to shout that out real quick.
Respectfully, shout out to L. Let's hear it. Well, all right. Let's do the female question. Let's do the ladies' question. Ladies, if your daughter grows up believing exclusivity is optional, will you consider that empowerment or instability?
To the T.
Or ladies, do y'all have any questions for the fellas? My bad, before we move forward. Hearing our take on it. More question. If not, y'all could go into the question I just asked.
I didn't understand the question.
Do y'all have any questions for us? No. All right. Y'all question is: if your daughter grows up believing exclusivity is optional, would you consider that?
What's the word you just said? What's the word you just said?
Exclusivity. Exclusivity.
Okay, so explain that word. What's the definition of that?
Yeah, is that open? Does that mean open to?
How you say it? Exclusivity. Yeah, I said it. All right. Exclusivity.
It just means
okay,
it's just saying that exclusivity is optional would mean that you can have an open relationship. To have exclusivity would mean that you're exclusive. You're obtained. There's nobody who can do that. So he's saying the question is, if your kids grew up knowing about that exclusivity may be optional. If your daughter grew up knowing exclusivity may be optional, do you feel like she's what? What's the thing?
Would you consider that?
Oh, would you consider that instability?
No, would you consider that? Yeah, one instability is one of them, but empowerment is another option. Would you consider that
That's for
empowerment or instability?
that's for the
Gotcha.
women.
Yes,
That's for the
sir.
women,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I think it's fine. Like my daughters know. My daughters are 28 right now. 29, 28. So they grew up knowing that thank you. They grew up knowing that people had to earn their time and energy, right? So when they dated, for them to date exclusively one person, that person had to be worthy of them. Other than that, they would date around. It didn't mean you were having sex around, but you were dating around to figure out, is that person worthy to be a boyfriend or whatever the case was, or a girlfriend, whatever. But I wanted the girls to understand that people had to earn to be in your space. They had to be worthy to be in your space. Everyone doesn't get the title. Everyone doesn't get the name. You don't just throw it around to everybody you see. Oh, you're my boyfriend, and we would date in a month, kind of thing. They have to be worthy of that. They have to prove that. So my girls grew up knowing that they didn't have to have monogamous relationships, that they could have open relationships, that they could define their relationship in any way that suited them and their partner, which meant that you didn't cheat, because that's not a good relationship. That's not healthy. You had to be honest. You had to be open with your partner as to what you wanted and what you desired. So the girls did grow up knowing that. Even my son, all the kids, they grew up knowing that that was an option, and they got to do it for themselves. Now, all of my kids actually are monogamous. They don't do open relationships, but they know it was an option. It was a choice for them, and they got to choose what was right for them and define it for themselves. And I think that's the most important thing, that you get to define the relationship for yourself. And I land with that.
Exactly. Sunny Moon. Danica, nice to meet you.
Hey, calm down. It's Sunny Moon, and Sean. I'm gonna just kind of said. She cleared that out pretty well. She cleared that out. Highland.
Respectfully. Question to everybody before we go to break, and this is to the panel. This is you at home, and if you watch it later, do children model relationships behavior from their parents? Do y'all think that?
Hell no. And that's 100. Only for me though. Once again, my mother liked ladies, so I didn't follow.
You don't
that
like
trend.
ladies? You don't like ladies?
Men. That's the trend. She made it. She like by doing that at a young age. Listen, by doing that at a young age, I was taught that it's okay for the same, right? I was taught that because of what she gave me. But I found out from men, no, absolutely not. I had no father, right? I had no father. So I would never follow that trend. I like women.
Like her.
She's supposed to like men. That's the narrative of men and women.
Okay.
Like each other, have kids, child support, and everything fucking else happens with it. But it's just like that. Women, men, women. She taught me two same sex can be together. I didn't follow that trend.
Okay.
Now, jokes is jokes. We like the same, right? We like women. I got the joke. But I ain't gonna do men. Yeah, I got the joke, bro. I got the joke. But I'm not doing men on men.
It's
raining, man. I'm not doing none of that shit. I hate
Shout
that
out
song.
to Coot. Shout out to Coot in the comment section, man. I ain't see you. My bad. I can't read the comments, but I appreciate
Ain't nobody
putting them up there.
ain't nobody reading the comments at all, though.
I can't see them, man.
He's looking in the sky, drilling, and he's not reading the comments.
I've been posting them, though. I've been posting them.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. We can't even see them because they're super.
Though?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know
you
that.
though.
On my screen, they're big because I have a computer. I'm doing it on a computer. So on my screen, I don't know how big they are, and nobody else's screen. I don't know. However,
No,
I have been.
we're asking who's gonna read the comments. I want to hear comments.
I don't honestly. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I can say this on the show. I don't like reading comments because we already having a strong enough conversation here. No offense to anybody in the comments. Thank you for commenting, and I don't mind reading them later. But during the show,
don't say that.
I'm
bro.
already
Don't
trying to
say
make
that.
my point. No, I'm trying to make my point. I can't be making your point for you. Come on, if you got a comment, if you need to make a point so bad, please come up here. You are welcome. You see the commercial.
He's just saying that because he doesn't want to read some of these words that actually he can't even read. And if he would just ask his people on the panel to help him read,
he do got his
he would get
GED.
over the
Yeah, he do
fear
got
of
his
reading his
GED.
public. Forgive everything he just said. Please comment, and we're going to do our best to get him to comment. He has a fear. It's called fear because he doesn't think he can read. But us black people, we're going to push him. We're going to push him. We love you, bro. The GED is working.
We love all comments, man.
I ain't even take the test. One of my ex-girlfriends did. They just gave it to me. So
whose name was on the signature?
No,
was your name on the signature?
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the run.
This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning, side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
Appreciate y'all viewing at home. And if you're going to view this later, definitely like, share, subscribe, tap in, and comment. Who on the panel you think is the best fit for an open relationship, depending on how we land in our plan? Who you think? Comment. Oh, did everybody answer their question on do children model relationships?
Comments, man. What's the point of you telling people read chat and there ain't nobody reading the comment?
That's because when people watch it later. Do children model relationships behavior? Did everybody answer from parents?
I didn't answer. I know I didn't answer. I don't think I did, but I'll let the ladies go first. I'll wait.
I would say, yeah, we absolutely do. Whether it's conscious or unconscious, we do. You know, in the field of like social work and all of that, we always say you're either dating your mother or your father, kind of thing. So you're picking those kind of traits from them and who you grew up with. I think we subconsciously model some of their behaviors, whether we want to or not. And I think our parents teach us what to do and what not to do. And a lot of times we always say, oh, I'm not going to be like my parent. But if you are a parent, you've probably repeated something your parent has said to you. You probably have, because it was caught. You know, we kind of caught that information, whether we wanted to or not. I think the healthier we get, you know, we kind of choose and we'll be like, nah, I'm not doing that unhealthy stuff that my parents did. I'm not going to do that anymore because it doesn't fit me. But I think starting out, yeah, you might definitely, you know, emulate what your parents did, whether you're conscious of it or not. You probably do and don't realize it.
Respectful. I agree. Sunny Moon.
Yeah, definitely. We all have a piece of us, like Shauna said, we all have a piece of us that, you know, of our parents. So that's what it's going to be. When it comes to relationship, of course, if you're exploring it in front of your the child, of course they're going to pick up certain things whether they like it or not, right? So that's just common, again, if we're talking about open relationship, I still don't understand why the child is involved or around or have any knowledge, but that's just my opinion. It doesn't make any sense to me, because the partner is not even around or have a knowledge, so I don't understand how the child has it. But I learned.
Respectfully.
Get it. Get it.
I definitely agree with what was said before. I think that whether it's a conscious or a subconscious thing. I know through my recovery process, I learned that why I don't like arguing is because my mother used to argue with one of her boyfriends that she had, and I never seen positivity come from it. So I don't like arguing, and so I think that you're gonna learn whether you agree with the following of it or don't. You're gonna have something that you gain from it. Um, I think you're gonna be you're gonna be your own version in general of who you are. But I feel like there's always like I realized that like just the way my mother would cook or clean is different. I'm not as clean as my mother was, God rest her soul. I can't, I don't dry the sink every time I wash the dishes. She was big on that. She said, bugs eat water, keep the sink dry. You know what I mean? I don't get to do that every time. However, I think that, even like I said before, my mother was such a strong woman. I even heard Sonny kind of talk about this too, but I didn't agree completely what she was saying when she said it. But my mother was such a strong woman that when I hear people complain about different things, sometimes I'm like, "You're complaining about that?" Because I see her knock it out and just handling it, So I mean, it's like you're complaining, like that could be that more earlier in life too. That would be such a thing of animosity. Now I get everybody is their own person and people are raised differently, and I realize how she was raised and how somebody could be raised differently, and I also realized she was put on the front for me at that age because when I was a kid, I never seen my mother cry. I never seen her cry until I became an adult, and then she was crying all the damn time before she passed away. She was just always crying, not from being sick or nothing, but just breaking down because she's a girl. Women cry, I guess. I don't know, but I never. So when I first was younger, like when I got with my first baby mother was crying about stuff. I was like, "What the fuck is she crying about?" You know, you know what I'm saying? What are you crying about? Somebody said, "Thank you, Sonny." I'm gonna read the comments. I guess somebody said, "Thank you, Sonny."
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Harlem Bombshell said, "Being a strong woman can also be a trauma response." Yes, my mother did have some trauma.
Let the woman be a woman.
Nah. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's definitely all love. I'm not gonna say that.
It's a trauma response, he said. But yeah, my mother was responding to trauma as an adult. She was raised by an alcoholic woman. Shout out to my grandmother, love you to death, but you know what you did and what you didn't do. Rest in peace. So she had to raise her sisters, and she was, just making it through, and had a kid with a guy who didn't want the kid. Shout out to my dad, love you too. He's still alive, and me and him is a lot cooler now. But originally, he told her to have an abortion, and she didn't do it. So I think it is like Lashonda and Sonny said. I think it's subconscious whether you realize it or not. It's in you. It's just a natural response to you don't even realize it, whether you're doing the opposite or the same thing. You know what I mean? Because even not to shoot at you, nothing to Gemini, but even in a situation where you feel like you're doing the opposite, that could have been a strong component to that. Like, because you witness
the crazy thing is
make my point. I'm gonna let you go, but let me just make this point. Another point. Because you witness people tease you because of your mother's sexuality, you could be responding and not wanting to be teased. I get you are straight. I'm not saying there's an underlying gay person in you or nothing, but I'm saying that you might not realize it, but that's what subconscious means. Where I'm not gonna let people tease me about that. I'm gonna go the right way, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to do something else. And you can go. My bad. I mean, because I just want to make sure I said those lines.
I got all y'all what y'all saying. I got all what y'all saying. But y'all saying something similar to what I'm saying. tell the truth. It's not the point of, I got jokes too. I'm funny, but it would hit home more if I'm like, what's the word? Denying it. Like, my mother ain't that, and then I get into fights. I'm denying what my mother is because I don't want to believe it. Because their parents is not like that. They have a mother and a father, or a single man or a single woman, right? Like, I get the lifestyle. I get it. But I grew up on my mother likes women. So when was she supposed to tell me? You see, that's what I'm getting at. When was she supposed to tell me? At teen, or dealing with it, because we're so fast in this world. You don't even know that your kid is so smart by the things they do 3-4 years old, what they hear, what they see. And then as soon as they start talking, guess what they mimic? The parents. Fuck, shit, bitch, asshole. You right? So instead of shielding me from it, because guess what we gotta do? After the house, we gotta go deal with the real world. And if you hide something from me, and when I face it, I don't know how to handle it. Now I'm emotionally, you feel me? I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know none of this shit. I grew up in the fucking streets, bro. Period. It's not taken away from what my childhood was. It's just that I was told directly what this is. Aunts and uncles on crack. Weed, all that. Right? I grew up that. I don't want us on this panel to take away from what we really witnessed young age. That's why we want it better when we have kids. So I'm saying now that we have kids, look what happened when we was not told something. We kind of despise our parents for it. I don't. How you gonna teach me trust and you don't trust? I can't trust you, right?
But
So I'm just
not
saying,
talking
just be mindful.
We're talking about open relationships, right? We're not talking about relationships. So your mother had relationships. She didn't have a relationship where her partner had an open relationship, and you found that they had another person they were entertaining. We're talking about open relationships.
No. I'm talking about what my mother presented.
Open relationships are relationships.
I get it now. Yeah, but I get it now because back then it wasn't what we're talking about now. Right now, the wording is different. Back then, it wasn't open. My mother had been with these women 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Stop. Another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Stop. So they were already in it. So if she's already in it, then you might as well tell me the truth. That's what you might as well tell me the truth because I know, once again, I went to my friend's house and there's a mother and father. Why do I come home and there's 2 women? I had questions. What the fuck is going on here? What is this? What is that? Why is it like that? Why is just girl shit in this motherfucker? Why does it always smell good? I'm a little side notes type shit, but there's no men smell in this motherfucker. There's no presenting no man in here. It's women. Now, I love my mother. I don't mean to put her business out, but that's my life. That was my life. She loves the women. So that this conversation took a little hit for me.
But what Sonny was saying, Gemini, what Sonny was saying was your mother having a singular relationship with another woman is completely different from having an open or polygamous type relationship with multiple people. So
you want to know what's so crazy, Mo?
I'm just saying. Let me get it.
Let me tell you this. I heard what she said. I know exactly what she said. So you ain't got to come in here and correct my sentences.
I'm not trying to correct you. I'm not trying to correct you. I promise you, I'm not.
Della, can we keep on
I heard what she said.
Della, Come on now. Can we stay on task here? Because we're talking about open relationships. We're not talking about relationships. Della, can we please stay on task here?
All right, respectfully. Let's get back on time. Thank you, Sonny. Next scenario is a husband and wife open their marriage. The wife quickly gets attention from multiple partners while the husband struggles to find any. We went to the males last, right? So we start with the females. Ladies, if the arrangement benefits you far more than your husband, is it still fair or are you asking him to accept a losing deal? Ladies.
Sonny, I think you on mute.
No, because I mean that's crazy. I don't even know how to answer that. To be honest, I'm sitting here thinking, that's a wild question. Um, if there's a saying that says out there's always somebody better, right? So, that's wild. I mean, I'm gonna wait. Shauna, go ahead. I'm gonna let Shauna. I'm gonna think a little longer. I'm gonna think a little longer on that.
That's funny. See, I think I gotta say, coming at the questions is very much coming from a I was gonna say vanilla, but coming from a very because it's not even. It's not like if open is different, poly is different. Like from a poly standpoint, it's not even. Like you may be dating someone and your partner may not be dating someone. That's just how that's just how life happens, right? You're not always gonna be dating someone at the same time. It doesn't have to be fair. Like that's so like I don't even know where that is. But it doesn't have to be even, it doesn't have to be fair. And if it does have to be even and it does have to be fair for you, then you ain't ready for it. Let me just say straight up, you ain't ready for open, you ain't ready for poly, because that's not how life works. Just think about you and your friends. Not all you and your friends have girlfriends or boyfriends at the same time. It just life doesn't happen that way. That's not realistic. So I think if you're not ready for the disproportion, if you open it up like that, then you're not ready. Because you got to ask yourself, what are you really into this for? If it's just to hit it and quit it, then fine. I mean, most of the time you can probably find somebody to hit and quit it. Really, that shouldn't be that hard and complicated. But if you're looking for something a little bit more, 9 times out of 10, if you guys are dating different people, you're not going to find people at the same time. You're just not. I have a friend. He's the best friend, where he dates multiple women. He's in a poly relationship. He's dated married women, and he's dated single women. And sometimes he's dating a married woman and her husband doesn't have anybody they're seeing at that moment in time. That's just kind of the way it works if you're going to sign up for that. And I think that's really key to have those conversations, because you can agree, like, if I don't have anybody, you can't have anybody. And then you all could agree to that. And that's fine. I really think it's just about the honesty. It's just about the communication. But I have been in a relationship where I'm the only one dating someone and my partner isn't. So I have done that. I land with that.
Respectfully. Back to you, son.
Let me hear the question one more time. Sorry.
Question is, if the if the arrangement benefits you far more than your husband, is it still fair, or are you asking him to accept a losing deal? Did you want to hear the scenario again?
Is it still fair? I mean, because I want to say this though,
No,
and I want to say
my thing's just stuttering. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. My fault.
I'm gonna say yes, only because I'm a bisexual woman. So when I get in a relationship, I always try to combine with the men to let them know, look, I'm not gonna be looking for no other male. You are the male figure that's gonna be in this defined relationship. But I am gonna be seeking women, right? And no, you're not gonna be touching them, and no, you're not gonna be involved. So it's like, so I'm gonna say, yes, because I would want the same thing. I want the person I'm with to replicate what I want as well. Is I probably am gonna reach out and want to touch a woman. And you're not gonna be touching them though. And I am gonna be benefiting from this woman sexually, and you will not. I
Respectfully.
learned.
Gentlemen, any questions for them?
If a partner, so we're like, if you having a situation where you're meeting up, you're getting your girls or whatever, and he's not allowed to touch her, is that like, where's his outside fun at? He could just go have his fun himself, is what you're saying?
No, I mean, most men don't even want to have fun outside. They just want me. I am their fun. But they can't
Okay.
offer me what a woman offers me. Now, if you want to be gay, we could talk about that. I have objectives as well. But if you don't like my objectives, then we'll have another conversation.
I respect. I was just asking, like, what happens, like, if you're outside the relationship, being able to do it, whatever girls or whatever, is they allowed to go do whatever girls do? And you're saying no, they can't do that.
Right. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing it with other girls, because you're not a girl. Now, if you want to be gay, like I said, if you want to have a man relationship, and if you feel like my objectives are not good enough, then we could talk about this conversation where you need to be gay. I mean,
respect,
right?
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get it, though. I get the point. I do get it.
Respectfully. To touch on it. Wow.
What I find is fair was the question. The question was what I find it fair. I mean, I just think dating for women is easier than it is for men anyway. I think naturally, I think it is. People are like, if like, even if you think about a girl and a guy in a poly relationship, if the girl goes out and tells people she's in a poly relationship, I think more guys are going to be hip to it. Like, all right, no problem. So I can still fuck you. Okay, we good then. All right. Then if a guy goes and tell a girl, oh, I'm in a poly relationship, or I'm in an open relationship or whatever, and I can fuck other girls, they don't believe it. Probably they like, oh, let me call your girl. Let me text her. Let me see if it's real or not. I don't believe you. That's not real. I don't know. So I feel like I expect it to be easier. And then in general, it's just easier for women to find people they can sleep with. So I think when you're going into that type of situation, if you're going into an open relationship with a woman where y'all both can sleep with other people, whatever sex y'all choose or whatever in life, I guess, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be easier for her to find people to sleep with than it might be for me. You know what I mean? Just for the most part, I'm thinking it's gonna be easier because niggas, more people are paying for coochie than they are for sticks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and she's out there giving it away for free. Oh man, she's breaking the market. So I'm expecting her to find people who want to be involved. You know what I mean? And I think I forgot who said it, but you just can't be jealous. If you're opening the door like that anyway, you gotta just let it be what it is. Again, like I said, that's not my thing. But if somebody's into that, I can understand. I can see. I don't think you can be jealous. You have to like I'm just trying to say, you got to be mature enough to realize that, hey. At that point, really, I'm just more concerned with, are we happy at home? You know what I'm saying? And I think I would probably be more concerned with the idea of, like, it would hurt me in a sense if she came home and she's not trying to sleep with me because she's getting too, now she's too wore out. She getting so much action. By the time it's my turn, she tired. It's like, what? Oh man, damn. Like, what happened? Oh, you don't know what happened last night. It was so many. I ain't like, what?
It was so many. I couldn't stop.
Now it's like, what happened, man? I'm sore. I'm like, what? Yeah, I got to take a break. I can't. You know, that would be that's my biggest concern. Really, in anything is really the idea of I'm overconfident as far as me myself as a person. I think I'm funny. I think I'm cool. So I feel like, you know, to me personally, I would think that I'm cooler than other people. You know what I'm saying? No offense to those other people. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, all right, well, you know, like I said, when it's my turn, are you going to be ready for me? Because I'm, you know, I that might probably maybe step it up for me personally. I might want to now. I definitely want to hit it every time you come home, and because I just want because I'm thinking in my mind she probably got it somewhere else already. So now when she telling me, nah, she can't do it because she tired or she wore out or her back hurt because it got broke or she needed her jaw already hurt. Like what? I would be no what? What was you? Who you? What's going on? So yeah,
Her jaw
you
hurt.
got it. Your jaw hurts?
Nigga, your jaw hurts? What the fuck?
I don't. You can't. You ain't. Not tonight. It was him again. Okay. All right. So I mean, long as when I need it, I could get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be more happy. But again, like I said, I would be more closer to. I would want the girl to be with other girls, but I don't think I could be not involved with it at all. If anything, I would want to be involved. Just, you know, and I don't want to just watch either. That shit would be corny to me. So I'm not a cuckold or whatever. Let me just watch what you're doing with her, please. I would want to get involved or whatever. So I feel like, yeah, you got to be mature and expect that, and I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Jem, you want to answer?
I agree with the panel.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. What it comes down to is, or to sum it up, I could say is rules and outcomes. Whatever the rules that y'all make and the agreement that y'all make along the way is up to y'all, and the outcomes is what y'all looking towards. Is it gonna disrupt what y'all got going on? Is it gonna lead to resentment? Is it gonna lead to other shit like the vanilla shit like LaShonda was talking about? However, if everybody's mature in the situation, usually this is the positives of it. That it will.
You know what vanilla means, Nooch? You know what vanilla means?
No, go ahead. Enlighten me.
You don't know?
No, enlighten me. Go ahead.
Oh, it's like not freaky. It's like just very tame. Like you know, it means
plain.
tame. That person's too plain. It's plain. It's like it's a good plain. No variety, no spice. It's vanilla.
Respectful.
It's just
I didn't use the term right.
No, that's how I knew you didn't know what it meant. That's how I know. That's why I had the suspicion of whether or not you knew what it meant. Because when she used it, I knew she knew what she was saying. But she's saying these questions. She's saying these questions.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. I said what? Go ahead.
She said these questions are coming from a vanilla aspect, from somebody who's not. That's somebody who's not out involved.
Who's not built like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
good though. It's all love.
Okay.
I just
now you know what vanilla means. Plain.
Yeah, plain.
No spunk.
All right,
no spice.
I know I misused it. My bad.
No flavor. You good?
Yeah, I forgot my
my bad.
No, I'm good. That's what I was saying.
My bad.
You good? All right, so we go to the next scenario is everybody gangster until your spouse starts saying somebody else's name more than yours. Suddenly that open marriage got more plot twists. Oh no, hold up. That's the wrong one. All right, next one. Wife encourages an open marriage because she believes she's emotionally secure. Months later, her husband falls deeply in love with another woman and begins spending more time with her. We started with the lady last, right?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. If your marriage became stronger because of another woman, would you see that as success or proof that something was missing at home?
Yeah, that'll be up to her. You're the main course. So this is what it is. You see, when that's why I asked the ladies, would you feel a certain way if he takes that person on vacation 3 times? You right? So it's just yeah, I'm gonna land with that one. It's simple.
What I'm gonna say is, I think the idea of something be missing is such an insult that it shouldn't be an insult. I think it's like, it's just belief that we tell each other that we can cover every base, right? That but I'm more realistic with myself. I know I don't cover every base. I'm not the most emotional person. So if she was to find that in another woman, which would be more my idea of that emotional balance, that would be, I would understand that. I wouldn't have any jealousy in that because I don't cover that base. So I don't think that it was, I think there's always, I think even in the most idealistic home or whatever, there's probably something missing. But again, like I said, I think that it's taken in such a, it has such a bad undertone that, oh, it's bad. No, nobody's perfect. Nobody has everything. Nobody can't cover every base. So I think that when you hear that, like I said, it has that negative connotation, but I don't think it's really a bad thing. And I think that's what comes mature. That's the type of maturity that should possibly be discussed in a relationship, with acknowledgments of possible shortcomings or areas that a person may be able to do that the person might not be able to do. So the person doesn't feel like, oh, you know what, this makes me, it doesn't, because you can love a person despite that, despite their inability to do this thing or that thing. You can love them. However, there could be a level of you wanting that. And then when you get that, could you also love that person too? Possibly. That could, but I don't think is a, I don't think, I like, almost like she said before, is the idea of you have to love that person more or differently. It's just, it's, there's different types of loves. I can love this person for that, and you can love this person for that. It's like kids almost, not kids, but no Epstein. You know what I mean? But you love different people for different reasons, like friends or whatever. Everybody can't play pool. You might have a friend who could play pool. You love to take them to go do pool, and you have another friend who does karaoke. You love karaoke with them. That doesn't mean you love either one more or less. You just know what that person's good at and how that relationship can be done. But I'm not mad at the person I'm there playing pool with going, damn, they got the karaoke machine on. I wish we could do fucking why the doves cry. No, I'm enjoying the pool game. So I think it's like, I think that comes from immaturity in that department and a lack of security and what that means and what it doesn't mean. Like, hey, I know that doesn't mean because they found a way to connect with that person differently, or I don't connect. It doesn't mean that. It just means that's the thing that person's good at. And again, like I said, I know I'm not good at everything. I don't know how to braid hair. So if she's getting her hair braided by the girl, and that could be a thing. The person's braiding hair. I'm not gonna go watch a YouTube and learn how to braid hair. let that person cover that. And I feel like if anything, I love the original person a little bit more for even allowing me to have an opportunity to have that covered instead of saying, oh, you could never have that covered. Because she was willing to say, you know what, I might not do this or I might not do that. Oh, you're getting that covered now. All right. That to me shows her like who she is and even allowing that to happen. And to me, that would mean that to some extent, I would always love her more. Because without her agreeing to it in the first place, those things couldn't happen. But the fact she was willing to love me through that and allow me to have that, that to me is giving her, you know, at least to me, points on the board. That even the new person who might be doing the thing that she didn't do or whatever, that she's still involved. Because in a sense, it wouldn't have been for her. I would have never got it without her. I would have never had that opportunity. And I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Jim, you went, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm not Jim, but yes, he did go. He did go.
Oh shit! I about to say, oh shit! I could throw my voice. That's crazy.
I'm saying,
I thought your name was Mo.
It's not Mo. It's 34.5. I have a chain and a tattoo. I don't know why y'all be confused by who I am.
Nigga, I know you as Mo, and you always gonna be my little brother Mo, nigga.
I don't know how. I've never been your little brother. We did not grow up together. I met you when I was an adult. This is so
and now we brothers. And now we brothers. No, now we brothers. Nigga.
And I'm your little
and
brother.
I'm older
though?
than you.
That's awkward.
And I'm older than you.
You are
nigga.
older than me. You are older than me.
Yes,
older
so
than me.
I respect you. I fucks with you, right?
Yeah.
You my little brother, nigga.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Yeah. I only got one older brother. I have one. You could be my big cousin, I guess, to some extent. I'm tired of being the oldest cousin anyway.
Question was if your marriage became stronger because another woman see the success or the proof that son was missing at home. I agree with Dirk was saying. There is everybody think they gangster until their gangster is tested. So I think if it's not upfront from the door spoken of certain things that will trigger, jealousy or whatever, you won't know until it's challenged. And then that's when, you feel me, sometimes that's the worst time to approach, problems or, shit like that. So I would say in that instance, you feel me, knowing and allowing somebody else to bring something else in somebody that you're not able to do, it's got to be a love, a deep love. You feel me? As far as them, because polygyny, family united, all of that, the union and stuff like that it brings out. If you're not totally built for it and the things that it comes with, or for instance, a person that has done it, explained it, and I appreciate everybody sharing their story. You feel me? That there's rules and outcomes to it. You feel me? And a monogamous person, regular, just with a simple relation, is totally different. Trying to explore that. So until they're challenged, I guess that's sometimes when it comes out. But however, if it can be upfront, is what we're talking about. That it won't be seen as jealousy, like, oh, my girl got another partner. You feel me? Or she got another. That's something that y'all share. You feel me? At the end of the day, but it won't be no cuck shit like Sonny's talk about. You feel me? Let's go to. Oh no, hold on. We got one more question. My bad, lady. Sorry. Last question for the ladies. If you open the door and another woman became your husband, favorite person to talk to, would you still support the argument? Doesn't think, yeah. If you open the door and another woman. Yeah, heard me? Sonny, LaShonda?
I mean, I don't want to be selfish. I mean, we all have our own best friend, right? And some of us speak more to our best friends than we speak to our partners. So, I mean, in that dynamic, but again, it depends. Like, I definitely want to be my partner's best friend. I want to be their run to, but that's not logic, right? Um, and then sometimes it is, I'm selfish. It depends on the conversation, In this conversation, I'm gonna say no, I'm selfish. Like you should really be, like that's good you have that friendship going on, but this is your main friendship right here. This right here. This us. The conversation needs to be different for me to think different. So from the question, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna feel some type of way. You have your friends, and limitate that friendship because you also have a friend in me, and I am.
Yeah. I agree with Sunny. I think communication's everything. And if you're saying, "Oh, I don't really want to talk to you. I want to talk to somebody else." If we're married, that to me is a whole different ballgame. You should be talking to your spouse. Like that's just how I feel. That's how I run my relationships, is that my spouse is my best friend. We building. So my spouse is my best friend. I may call a girl or whatever, or guy, whatever, my best friend, but the reality of it is my spouse is my best friend. So if you can't talk to me, then that probably is going to mess up the whole poly dynamic anyway, because we not having good communication and you're now talking to this other person, but you feel like you want to talk to them more and you don't really want to talk to me. Something's breaking down in your relationship. I just feel like something's breaking down because there is no more this person or more that person. I think, like Dirt was saying, if you have different talents, that's different. You want to go do this way, you want to go. But the communication part, yeah, I have a problem with that part. Like the communication has to be open on everybody who's included. You can't want to talk to one person more than the other person. You have to find a way, because if we're in a relationship, you have to find a way to talk to me. Even when it's hard. That's what a relationship is. Like, even when it's hard, you have to find a way to talk to me about the hard stuff. The easy stuff, come on now. That don't whatever, but you got to find a way to talk to me about the hard stuff. That says that you're worth the effort. That says that this relationship is something different than my other relationships out there in the streets. This is home. This is special. This is something we're building. So I got to do the hard work here. And I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Any questions for them fellas?
I don't have much of a question, but I would just present a scenario. To me, I would say, I think it would be I think that in that situation is a good time to open up a dialogue of why. Why do you feel like this person is easier to talk to or better to talk to? Why? And then seeing if, again, like we talked about talents before, what if I could be that too? You know what I mean? Some people don't like, they're better listener. They don't talk as much or whatever's going on. Whatever those things is, I would think that'd be a time, and maybe it's a chance. I don't want to say to maybe possibly change, is a chance to change and go, you know what? All right, maybe I could add that to my criteria of what you want from me. Because if a person's saying they want to talk to somebody, maybe when they're stressed out, you know, it might be because that person, like I said, when they're stressed out, you might jump along. If I'm telling you about my brother, you might jump on top of it too. Oh, he always been crazy. You know, you start jumping on and you adding too much into the conversation opposed to just listening to what I'm saying about him. So I think that to me, the most valuable point of that is the conversation that can come from that and a person being able to explain why. I'm not going to just make an assumption or assume that that person is better or worse than me, but I want to know why. Why do you feel like this person's a better communication for you? You know what I mean? And then if you can explain that to me, I would say, well, you know what? Maybe I could look at the way I do it, that I give too much of my opinion, that I give too many suggestions, that I don't listen enough, or whatever the thing that that person is doing that makes that conversation better. And then I can possibly add that to who I am. At least, you know what I mean? And then give me a chance, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or you said they do what? All right, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Or just be respect, or respect the fact I can't. And say, all right, well, that's what that person's for then. That's what they're good at. They do that. All right, cool. They'll keep doing that. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But again, like I said, I don't think it decreases value. I think it increases value that a person is willing to let another person handle something that they might not feel like they could, and not be a person they might not feel like they can be. Like, you know what? I can't just listen when you're talking about your brother. That nigga's a piece of shit. Just thinking about you talking about him pissed me off. So you right. No problem. Keep having those conversations. I don't know. I'm a big conversationalist, but I'm not a big conversationalist in the sense of when it comes to certain relationships. So it's like, to me, I'm not going to care that she wants to conversate with a girl more than me. Or you want to conversate with her? Maybe she's giving her a woman perspective that I can't give her. I'm a guy. Maybe I don't give enough sympathy. Maybe I don't give enough empathy. Maybe I don't feel it from the way a woman feels it. So when she's having that conversation, she's having a different experience. Imagine me I'm not going to be jealous of that. No, I'm happy that she's getting fulfilled in that area, and hopefully she's having the good conversations that's leading to solutions in the problems she's having. That's what I'm hoping for. That is working. If not, then what can I do? Just wait for her to come talk to me. Other than that, no, I'm probably gonna be trying to do this podcast thing with you, or play the game, or write some jokes. I got jokes to write. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't take it serious enough. I'm too busy. She's telling me something serious and I'm making jokes. This is a serious situation. You can see, yeah, that's me. So you know what I mean? So I think that's the thing of saying, you know what? That I'm great at this, but I'm not the greatest at this. And if that person is covering that and that's working for that, then great. Remember who let you get that covered and who didn't make you walk around with nothing. I didn't allow that to leave you uncovered in that situation. And I guess that's my way of looking at it. Just to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure we'll have deeper conversations in the end of it all. But if you feel more comfortable at this, sometimes it's easier to conversate with somebody who knows you less, because I hate talking to my cousin sometimes. I love talking to him, but I hate talking to him. That's my favorite cousin. I love that nigga. But he swears he knows me so fucking good that I might have changed. He won't even accept the change of who I am as a person. He's still telling me about shit I did in 2005. I don't even do that no more. I haven't ate pork in a minute. He'll probably tell me my favorite meal is pork chops and applesauce, because he knows when I used to eat that. Because he knows me for so long. So if I was to say my favorite meal was jerk chicken, nah, you fronting. You love pork chops and applesauce. I know how you give it up. Don't play. I don't eat pork anymore. So I think that's what it is. I think the best thing in life of any situation is an ability to communicate the reasoning. behind it. And then it opens up, hopefully, like I said, a dialogue, and I'll land with that.
Respectfully, I agree with what you just said, and to sum it up, what you just said, and to add on what LaShawna said, communication is key. Got to find a way to communicate so you can open up them doors to what y'all agree with, what's going on. You feel me? To find out, to figure out what, you feel me? If you agree if you're still watching this far, appreciate you. Definitely jump in the comments if you agree. Communication is key, or our open relationship is exposing weaknesses or creating them. Let me know your thoughts on that. We're gonna hit that commercial and then we're gonna close out. And I'm gonna meet y'all back.
Read the comments first and then go to commercial.
Say that again.
Read the comments first and then hit the commercial.
Comment section.
Dirt said 100%. Harlem Bombshell said, I hate it when people try to box you in.
Respectfully.
Ain't that what you call it? That's family, right?
Yeah, that's V.
Yeah, you've been commenting all night, V. You should have been here. We ain't got time for that, man. Bring your ass.
Appreciate you. Love you. Appreciate you in the comments.
It's all love. It's all love. My dog want to be on the podcast. Look, she want to be on the podcast. He's a podcast. Talk. Speak to him. Speak. You want to talk? You gonna say something?
Hardcover, paperback, and Kindle, available now on Amazon. His secrets weren't just lies. They were debts, dangerous ones. She was just a housewife, routine, love, family, peace. Now, she has a choice, break or become something else. The God Lady, story of power, sacrifice, and the price of loyalty. She didn't choose the game chose her.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot Boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo. Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9-to-5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Whoa. Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon, that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. We outside.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that, you feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field.
You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of.
Pick that shit up. Definitely go tap into that show, make some noise. You already know that's my guy on I'm So Tyrell YouTube page, featuring my guy 30 in the building. I want to thank everybody tonight for flying out with us tonight. Remember to comment who is the best candidate for the open marriage. Appreciate you in the comments. V, C, Cool, everybody. And you at home, if y'all watch this later, appreciate you. Let's close this thing on now. Did we crash or we land?
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. How was tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Did we crash and land?
If the Knicks don't win, I'm crashing. That's it. I don't know. Knicks don't win, I'm crashing.
Let's get this thing on now, man. Well, family, tonight we took a flight through some turbulent airspace. We heard about marriages being open, but one thing became clear. Opening a door is easy. Deciding what comes through the door is a different conversation. Some couples say relationships bring freedom. Others say they bring frequent flyer miles to destinations nobody's planning on visiting. Because sometimes what starts us as a layover turns into a permanent relocation of the heart. The truth is, many relationships don't crash because they were closed. They crash because the passengers and the pilot stopped agreeing on the destination. Maybe that's the lesson tonight. Before you open your marriage, ask yourself if you fully open your communication. Before you add another passenger, ask whether you've secured the seatbelt of the relationship you already have. And before you chase excitement somewhere else, ask whether you've actually explored all the places you could still go with the person sitting beside you. A relationship can survive turbulence, but it struggles when everybody wants to be the pilot. Like, subscribe, share, protect your peace, and we will see you next episode. Thank you for flying with us on Land Your Plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.